Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So lately, I've been kind of going on walks around my neighborhood and I came to the realization that I basically see this end game in sight. So for me, the end game initially was to be able to retire early, replace my high income pharmacist W-2 income, which, I make over $200,000, right? So it's hard income to replace, right? It's not like I'm working minimum wage. So I'm a high income W-2, high income white collar job. And, obviously I spent a lot of money and time investment to become a pharmacist. And now I'm spending a lot of time, money, energy to try to replace my pharmacist salary. And I'm trying to do that for two pharmacists because me and my fiance are both pharmacists. So my end game for the longest time, if you were to talk to me like 3, 4 years ago, was to retire by 35 years old with $20,000 a month in positive cash flow. And I'm 34 years old right now, and I cash flow about $10,000 a month, right? So I didn't quite hit my goal, but on the way to my goal, I realized that, like the longer I've owned real estate, the more I realized that, okay, you make the most money in real estate through appreciation and through holding it long term. Whatever cash flow you make, it's more for saving it for a rainy day later, right? For any major expense later, right? So because of that, I leave my real estate positive earnings set aside so that it's a reserve fund to buy more real estate or to self-sustain real estate. And I live off my W-2 income. And if I'm able to spend less of my W-2 income, it gives me more money to invest in order to strive towards early retirement, right? So for me, I've kind of come to realize that, okay, like I think I would be more stressed not having a W-2 and living off real estate income than just working a W-2, right? So because of that, I'm still, I still love to work, still love my profession and love what I do, right? So it's giving me time to rebuild a moat, but I'm just like, I see the end game, right? I literally see the end game. Like whenever I'm ready to scale back, right? And like my fiance, definitely she's gonna retire first, right? Like or go to part time first because we both work full time as pharmacists. And the moment we have kids, most likely she's gonna scale back to working 4 10s to maybe 2 10-hour shifts. So she's part time, so she works 2 days, and she has 5 days off. And then me, I work 5 8s because I'm in management, so I work Monday through Friday. Do your typical 9 to 5 schedule, give or take. So the end game is when she wants to scale back, when I have a kid. Basically, the money moves that I can make is I would sell a single family home that I own, right, that has a lot of equity in it, and use that equity to essentially pay off my primary residence here. And let's just say, like for example, my Livermore property has I think $800,000 of equity in it. And if I were to sell it, let's just minus 100,000 for fees and all that, taxes, whatever. So I have $700,000, and my loan on this property is about 850K. So if I were to take $700,000 from that, and then let's say my fiance puts in 150, and we pay off this house, I just wiped out a monthly mortgage of like $5,500 a month. So, even though the house is owned free and clear, we still have other expense, right? We have HOA, which is $600 a month. We have property tax, which is probably $1,000 a month. And then we have utilities, which is $400 a month, right? So that'd still be about $2,000 a month, despite owning this house free and clear, right? So, and keep in mind that the cash flow from the real estate can cover that $2,000 a month. So essentially, it's living here for quote unquote free, right? So basically, that would be kind of the first move that I would make if I wanted to strive towards retirement, right? So I would sell a home, take that equity, and pay off my primary residence so that my expenses drop significantly. Right now, because I'm working, I don't need to pay off this house yet. I can continue to buy more real estate because I'm still working and I still have an income stream coming in, right? So that's what I mean by delaying retirement. But if I wanted to retire fully or scale back to part-time, then that's the first move that I would make, right? The second move I would make is I would sell another single family home, take that money, and basically finish paying off my or max funding my life insurance, right? Because I'm still trying to max fund them so that I get the full benefit of the life insurance. You get the max fund it, initially over 7 years. And then at that point, you start scaling back on the death benefit to lower your cost of insurance. I have a video talking about that. So I know a lot of people think life insurance is a scam, but if it's used correctly for the right person, for the right purpose, there is a purpose to it, right? It might not be the best investment, but it's another investment in your tool belt. That's the way I always saw it, right? So it's not for everybody. It's more for those who are in a wealthier position, like myself, right? For those, who are building wealth, term insurance is good enough. And usually your W-2 gives you term, right? So any case, it's, I would sell another property, take that money, finish maxifying my life insurance, and dump that money, have a huge reserve of like $200,000 in the bank. I would take that $200,000 and buy treasury bills like every 3 months, right? So the money's still liquid and you're still earning like a 4 to 5% return on your money. Or even right now, like you can earn 5% of your money just sitting in a SoFi bank or a high yield savings account. So I would take that money and then leave it there for a rainy day, right? So, and then, people have the misconception like, I want to just retire and do nothing. Like, yeah, by all means, I would travel more, go on spontaneous trips, but like, I still want to do work, right? That's why I love, giving value on YouTube. I love teaching. That's why I love the mentorship program, the coaching program. I love to teach people. I want to help people get there faster. And it just brings me true joy, right? Like I've been doing it my whole life as a pharmacist, as a pharmacy leader. So it translates very well to real estate, right? So like I still would be teaching real estate, doing mentorship, but I wouldn't have to show up to a W-2 every day, right? Whenever I'm ready for that, right? So those are the two moves I would make. So I feel very privileged and I see the end game. Like I know I could literally probably sell both these single family homes in California, probably take me about 3 months to sell it. And that's why I want to become a real estate broker so I can be the one to sell it and reduce commissions and that and whatnot. But pretty much I want to be able to I'd sell it and lower my expense significantly. And at that point, I could basically retire and the cash flow from my apartments would not only cover my $2,000 cost here, but it'd give me enough money to fund it. But because I don't, have kids yet, I don't mind working and I don't mind giving time to build up my YouTube presence, my mentorship program, build up that community, and then work on becoming a real estate broker to start that being built up. And then once those start running, at that point, I can make a decision like, do I want to continue being a pharmacist or do I want to kind of step back and be more lifestyle oriented, right? Because, the job, W-2s are demanding, right? They take a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. You come home, you're tired. So it's the decision you have to make. And it's a privileged decision that I could make because I've, built up wealth over the past 11 years while working and I live very humbly, right? So it was very happening to see the end game. And when my fiance kind of saw the end game and she sees it, she's like, you know what, Steven, like, let me support you somehow. Let's maybe create content together. So I'm hoping to bring her onto my podcast, Making Multifamily Money. And, we can ask questions and then we can talk about our relationship and how real estate affected the relationship early on and how she's kind of come to grow. So if you're interested in having my fiance on the podcast, please comment below to encourage her to join, right? And I think I would love to have a conversation with her to show the perspective because she does know a lot about real estate, but obviously I'm the one doing most of it. But she's been along the journey with me. She saw me buy 80 units. She saw me hit rock bottom. She saw me make cash flow. She saw me buy every deal. So she was there every step of the way. So it'd be interesting to see her perspective. So, any case, once again, if you want my fiance to go into the podcast and to co-host it with me, comment below to encourage her. Anyways, if you have any questions, put it in the comments down below. Hopefully you got some insight from this and hopefully it gave you some clarity too, because I think there's a lot of niceness of having clarity, right? Like you're stressed, you're anxious when you don't have clarity, but I feel like I'm getting more and more clarity the more I'm pushing myself, right? So I know that, hey, you know what? I'm tired, don't want to do W-2, sell 2 homes, I'm done, right? And I can do that anytime, 3 months is my time window. But right now, it just makes sense to work. Still learning, still engaged, still can add value. And, obviously the income is nice, right? It's golden handcuffs for a reason. Any case, if you're interested in joining the mentorship program, check the link down below. Please share this video with somebody who can benefit from this. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you next one. Thank you.